Yo, what's up, everybody? When I was 16 years old, I discovered a concept that I would never forget. A concept that ultimately led to my obsession for business and the financial markets, and which without, I would have never created this channel. That concept was passive income. Passive income is the key to wealth because it's not tied to hours worked. Active income, on the other hand, depends on the amount of hours you work each day, and there are not enough hours in the day to become wealthy off it unless you have a very high-paying job. So today I'll go over what I believe to be the greatest passive income source of all time, dividends. I'll explain what they are and why the hell companies choose to give away this quote-unquote free money. Let's get into it. Part 1. Definition and example. First up, dividends are a portion of a company's profits that they pay out to shareholders. Shareholders meaning anyone who owns the company's stock. Essentially, when a company earns profits, they have to make two decisions with that money. What percent to reinvest back into the business and what percent to pay out to shareholders. The percent they decide to reinvest back into the business is called the retention ratio or plowback ratio, and the percent they decide to pay out to shareholders is called the dividend payout ratio. For example, let's say that Burrito Cat Incorporated made $150 million in revenue this year from selling their famous burrito cats. First, all expenses are subtracted from revenue, like salaries for the workers, managers, and CEO, and costs to produce burrito cats, taxes, and other expenses like burrito cat factory rent, etc., which gives us $100 million in total profit, aka net income. Let's say the burrito cat executives decide on a 60% retention ratio and a 40% dividend payout ratio. This means $60 million of the profit will be reinvested into the business to grow it through research and development into new products, building new burrito cat factories, and more. The other $40 million will be paid out as dividends to shareholders on a per share basis, meaning if you hold stock in Burrito Cat Incorporated, you'll get paid a portion of that $40 million depending on how many shares you have. The more shares, the more you get paid. Part 2. Purpose. So why do companies pay dividends in the first place? Aren't they literally giving out free money to investors? Yeah, they kind of are. That's why I love them. Companies pay dividends for three reasons. Firstly, paying out a dividend incentivizes the company's investors to keep their stock and not sell it, since dividends offer a consistent reward for holding the stock. This is good because selling would put downward pressure on the company's stock price, which the company's executives don't like. Secondly, dividends also attract new investors by signaling financial strength and offering a stable reward that investors receive no matter if the stock price goes up or down. If a company can consistently pay out a portion of its profits to shareholders and still stay afloat or even growing, it shows they're doing very well financially. This encourages investors to buy their stock, putting upward pressure on the stock price, which is what the company wants. Lastly, dividends are paid out to balance growth and stability. Not every company in the world can easily grow. For example, Coca-Cola already sells billions of dollars of Coke around the world, so there aren't very many opportunities for them to grow since they're already so huge and all they sell is soda. Because they don't have many opportunities to reinvest profits and grow the business, they have a high dividend payout above 50%, meaning they share over half of all their profits with shareholders through dividends. Compare this to a tech company like Nvidia, which has endless growth opportunities in AI, energy, gaming, and more. They have a very low dividend payout ratio below 2%, because reinvesting their profits to grow makes a lot more sense for them. Part 3. Recap. To conclude this video, here's a recap of all the main points. Dividends are a portion of a company's profits paid out to shareholders, aka investors, which is anyone who holds the company's stock. The portion of profits paid out as dividends is called the dividend payout ratio, and the remaining portion of profits to be reinvested back into the business is called the retention ratio. Companies pay out dividends to keep their current investors by rewarding them with stable dividend payouts, attract new investors by signaling financial strength, and balance growth and stability depending on the amount of growth opportunities the company has. Companies with many growth opportunities like small companies and those in growth heavy sectors like tech usually have low dividend payout ratios and high retention ratios. Dividends are just beautiful. They provide stable and reliable cash flow to investors, and that's why they're so popular. They may not be as exciting as growth stocks, but that's okay. Growth stocks are to build your wealth and dividend stocks are to preserve your wealth. Remember that. My name is Mr. Alpha and I teach people about money in the markets. If you enjoyed this video, then give it a like and comment down below any feedback or questions you have. I always read every comment. Thank you for watching, and until next time, peace.